The year was 1961, a time of great change and uncertainty. In a sleepy village in Spain, nestled among the rolling hills and ancient streets, an event unfolded that would become the epicenter of a phenomenon, sending ripples through time and history, affecting countless lives and beliefs. 4 young girls, their eyes gazing towards heaven with a mix of awe and fear, claimed to see the Virgin Mary, a vision that would change their lives forever. These were not just fleeting visions that came and went like dreams. They were prolonged encounters filled with dire warnings, prophecies of future events, and a message that would echo into the 21st century, resonating with people across the globe. Could these apparitions, etched in the annals of religious history and shrouded in mystery, hold the key to understanding a very different kind of phenomenon, the Great Reset, a concept that is reshaping our world today? Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves in a world vastly different from that of 1961. We stand on the precipice of unprecedented change, facing challenges and opportunities never before imagined. Global powers speak of reshaping the world, of creating a new economic order, of a future that looks vastly different from our present, driven by technology and innovation. This is the Great Reset, a concept both lauded for its potential to bring positive change and feared for its unknown consequences. This is the Great Reset, a vision of a future that could rewrite the rules of our world. But what if this grand scheme, this vision of a reset button for humanity, was not a product of think tanks and boardrooms alone? What if it was something foretold long ago, whispered by celestial beings in a remote Spanish village decades ago? What if the visions of Garabandal were not just religious experiences, but warnings of a future yet to come? This is where the lines begin to blur, where the supernatural intersects with the geopolitical, where the visions of Garabandal take on a chilling new significance in our modern world. This is where the past and the present collide, where ancient prophecies meet contemporary realities. Join me as we delve into the heart of this mystery, exploring the eerie parallels between divine warnings and the blueprint for a new world order, a future that may have been foretold long ago. The story of Garabandal is not just about religious visions. It's about a message, a warning that transcends the boundaries of faith and speaks to the very core of our existence. It's about recognizing the signs, deciphering the clues, and understanding the role we play in a story far grander than ourselves. The answers, if we dare to uncover them, could be more unsettling than we ever imagined. The story of Garabandal is not just about religious visions. It's about a message, a warning that transcends the boundaries of faith and speaks to the very core of our existence. Urging us to look beyond our differences. It's about recognizing the signs, deciphering the clues, and understanding the role we play in a story far grander than ourselves. It's about recognizing the signs, deciphering the clues, and understanding the role we play in a story far grander than ourselves. The time to open our eyes is now, for the future, like the past, is often written in the language of miracles and warnings, urging us to pay attention. The future, like the past, is often written in the language of miracles and warnings, urging us to pay attention. The story of Garabandal is not just about religious visions. It's about a message, a warning that transcends the boundaries of faith and speaks to the very core of our existence. It's about recognizing the signs, deciphering the clues, and understanding the role we play in a story far grander than ourselves. The time to open our eyes is now, for the future, like the past, is often written in the language of miracles and warnings. High in the Cantabrian mountains, nestled among the rugged peaks of northern Spain, lies the village of San Sebastián de Garabandal. This picturesque village, with its serene landscapes and tranquil atmosphere, seemed an unlikely place for extraordinary events to unfold. This remote, unassuming village became an unlikely pilgrimage site in the 1960s, drawing people from all corners of the globe. Word spread like wildfire of 4 young girls who claimed to be receiving messages from heaven, sparking curiosity and devotion among the faithful. The girls, Conchita Gonzalez, Mari Loli Mazon, Jacinta Gonzalez, and Mari Cruz Gonzalez, were ordinary children thrust into an extraordinary situation, their lives forever changed by these divine encounters. They were simple village children, known for their innocence and playful nature, suddenly finding themselves at the center of a spiritual phenomenon. Their visions, witnessed by crowds of onlookers, captivated the world and sparked intense debate, drawing both believers and skeptics to this remote village. The apparitions began in 1961, when the Archangel Michael appeared to the girls, heralding the beginning of a series of divine messages. He announced the impending visit of the Virgin Mary, a message that filled the village with anticipation and reverence. Over the next 4 years, the Virgin Mary, identifying herself as Our Lady of Mount Carmel, appeared to the girls hundreds of times, each visit leaving a profound impact on the community. These apparitions were not fleeting moments. They were profound experiences that left an indelible mark on those who witnessed them. These were not just silent appearances. The Virgin Mary communicated directly with the girls, her messages resonating deeply with those who heard them. The Virgin spoke to the girls, offering messages of hope, warnings of impending chastisement, and prophecies about the future of humanity, urging a return to faith and devotion. The messages centered around a call for repentance, a return to faith, and a deeper commitment to God, emphasizing the importance of spiritual renewal. The Virgin warned of a time of tribulation, a period of spiritual darkness and global unrest, urging the faithful to prepare their hearts and minds. She spoke of a warning to be sent by God, a supernatural event that would awaken humanity to the reality of sin and the urgent need for conversion, a moment of divine intervention. She also prophesied a miracle that would occur in Garabandal, a visible sign intended to strengthen the faith of believers and draw skeptics closer to God, a beacon of hope in troubled times. These visions were not without controversy. They sparked heated debates and discussions, dividing opinions and challenging beliefs. The girls often fell into states of religious ecstasy, exhibiting extraordinary physical phenomena like levitation and walking backward at great speeds, phenomena that defied explanation. They spoke of experiencing the stigmata, the wounds of Christ, and displayed an uncanny knowledge of religious matters far beyond their years, further deepening the mystery. These events, witnessed by thousands, were documented by priests, doctors, and skeptical observers, creating a body of evidence that continues to fuel debate and inspire both faith and doubt. The legacy of Garabandal remains a powerful testament to the enduring mystery of faith, a story that continues to captivate and challenge the world. Emerging from the hallowed halls of the World Economic Forum, the term Great Reset has become synonymous with a global paradigm shift. It represents a vision of the future where the existing economic and social structures are dismantled and rebuilt in a more sustainable and equitable way. This ambitious plan, spearheaded by global elites and influential organizations, has garnered both praise and suspicion in equal measure. Proponents of the Great Reset argue that it is a necessary response to the converging crises of our time: climate change, economic inequality, and global pandemics. They envision a world where stakeholder capitalism replaces shareholder primacy, where environmental sustainability is paramount, and where technology is harnessed to create a more just and equitable society. They believe that the current system is no longer fit for purpose, and that a fundamental reset is needed to avert catastrophic consequences. However, critics view the Great Reset with deep suspicion, seeing it as a thinly veiled power grab by global elites. They fear that this reset will usher in an era of unprecedented surveillance, control, and loss of individual liberty. They point to the erosion of privacy, the rise of digital currencies, and the increasing concentration of power in the hands of unelected officials as evidence of a sinister agenda. To them, the Great Reset is not about creating a better world for all, but rather about consolidating power and control in the hands of a select few. The Great Reset, regardless of one's stance on it, represents a pivotal moment in human history. It is a crossroads where the decisions we make today will have far-reaching consequences for generations to come. It is a time for careful consideration, open dialogue, and a discerning examination of the motives and potential outcomes of this proposed global transformation. At first glance, the apparitions of Garabandal and the concept of the Great Reset appear to be worlds apart. One is deeply rooted in the spiritual and mystical traditions of the Catholic faith, while the other is a modern, secular initiative aimed at reshaping the global economic and political landscape. One, a series of religious visions steeped in Catholic tradition, filled with messages of faith, repentance, and divine intervention. The other, a secular plan for global transformation, driven by economic and political forces, focusing on sustainability, equity, and technological advancement. However, upon closer examination, a series of chilling parallels emerge, suggesting a connection that is both unsettling and impossible to ignore. The warnings issued by the Virgin Mary at Garabandal, though cloaked in religious language, bear striking resemblance to the very crises that the Great Reset claims to address. The Virgin spoke of a world consumed by materialism, where the pursuit of wealth and pleasure had eclipsed spiritual values. This vision of a society driven by greed and superficial desires is not far removed from the critiques of our current economic system. The Virgin spoke of a world consumed by materialism, where the pursuit of wealth and pleasure had eclipsed spiritual values. She warned of a society where the spiritual and moral fabric was being torn apart part by the relentless pursuit of material gain. She also warned of a time of widespread moral decay, where traditional values would be eroded and replaced by a culture of relativism and self-gratification. This echoes the concerns of many who see the current economic system as inherently unsustainable and driven by greed and consumption. The erosion of traditional values and the rise of a culture centered on self-gratification and moral relativism are themes that resonate deeply with the critiques of modern society. Many believe that our current trajectory is leading us towards a moral and spiritual crisis. Perhaps the most unsettling parallel lies in the Virgin's prophecy of a warning, a supernatural event intended to awaken humanity to the gravity of sin and the need for repentance. This resonates with those who fear that the Great Reset's emphasis on social engineering and the dismantling of traditional hierarchies will lead to a loss of moral compass and a decline in societal values. The concept of a global wake-up call, a moment of reckoning that forces humanity to confront its flaws and choose a different path, aligns eerily with the stated goals of the Great Reset. Both suggest a need for a profound transformation, a shift in consciousness that could alter the course of human history. This concept of a global wake-up call, a moment of reckoning that forces humanity to confront its flaws and choose a different path, aligns eerily with the stated goals of the Great Reset. The idea of a collective awakening, a moment where humanity must face its deepest truths, is a powerful and unsettling parallel. These converging paths, where divine prophecy intersects with human ambition, raise profound questions about the true nature of the Great Reset. While the Great Reset's architects may not frame it in religious terms, their vision of a fundamental transformation of society suggests a similar desire for a collective awakening and a radical departure from the status quo. Is the Great Reset merely a pragmatic response to the challenges of our time, or is it, as some believe, the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, a sign that humanity is approaching a period of profound spiritual and societal upheaval? The parallels between the warnings of Garabandal and the goals of the Great Reset are too striking to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Is it merely a pragmatic response to the challenges of our time? Or is it, as some believe, the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, a sign that humanity is approaching a period of profound spiritual and societal upheaval? The answer, like the connection itself, remains shrouded in mystery. The answer, like the connection itself, remains shrouded in mystery. As we navigate these uncertain times, the intersection of prophecy and reality invites us to reflect deeply on the path we are on and the future we are shaping.